It was like around 3, 4, 5 a.m. up in Westlake Hills, Texas. And so basically what happened, I was just chilling at my crib and shit. And my homeboy hit me up. He was like, hey, bro, you trying to like smoke, drink, maybe go to this kickback? And I'm like, alright, fuck it, yeah. So they pull up, bro. And as they pull up, bro, the car that they're in, it's like got a dent in the side. And my homie is driving it, and there's 2 girls in the back, right? So I'm like, all right, bet. So we hop in. So I hop in and shit, and the 2 girls in the back tell us that they want to go to like this fucking mansion, like kickback type shit up in Westlake Hills. So me and my homie like, all right. But at the time, I didn't know that my homie pulled up. It was a it was a Stolo. Yeah. So we go up to the party and we're kicking it, we're smoking and shit, and me and my homie, we left the girls and we went back out to the whip, and we're like, we're just gonna go smoke, just like by ourselves type shit. And we have like a bottle, we have a bud in the car, and we're smoking a blunt, just like driving in the neighborhood. And as we're driving, we were listening to Immortal by 21 Savage, bro, I swear. And we're smoking the blunt, I'm smoking the blunt, and I just like look behind me and it's just, we get lit up. And I'm like, fuck, and I put out my blunt on the thing, I throw that hoe out, and I look over to my homie, and he looks over to me, and I'm like, he's like, what do I do? I'm like, gas it, bro, like, what the fuck? He's like, so I'm like, oh, fuck. So we're hitting like 60 in the neighborhoods, bro, just like hitting turns and shit, right? And I'm like, bro, I just keep telling this nigga where to go, because he's kind of scared and shit. So I'm just like, just keep hitting these rights type shit, just keep hitting the rights, and we hit a right, and it's a dead end. So I'm like, oh, fuck no. And as soon as I see it's a dead end, bro, I just swing my door open, bro. Like, he's not even done driving to the dead end yet. So I swing my door open, bro, and I just start, like, I hop out. I have slides on. And I just had, like, my new phone that I just gotten, bro. And I hop out, and both my slides just, boom, fly off. And my phone drops out of my back pocket. I'm like, fuck. So I turn around and try to go back for my phone, and the cops are already out with their flashlights on. I'm like, So I couldn't even grab my phone, bro. I was just like, started dipping the other way. So I started dipping the other way, bro. And my homie jumps out of the car, and after, like, me and him, like, linked up after, bro had his flashlight on, right? He accidentally turned his flashlight on, and he had his phone, and he was running with the flashlight on. So I thought he was a cop behind me with his flashlight. So he was, like, chasing me and shit. So I dipped off from him, like a cut, and we and him split up. And, bro, yeah, it was just fucked after that. I started jumping fences because the cops were coming after me. After, like, the 5th fence, it was, like, up in these, like, rich-ass neighborhoods. So these fences were, like, 10 feet tall, bro. Like, I would have to jump up and just, like, roll over because I was so faded, bro. Like, I was, like, bro, I was fucked up, bro. Like, by the end, bro, my feet were bloody, bro. Like, bro,
you didn't have your phone,
I
no
didn't have my
shoes.
phone, bro. So I ended up...
And you didn't...
I didn't even know where I was, bro. It was, like, my first 2 weeks in Austin, bro. Like, I barely knew anybody there. I, like, did not know. I was, like, 30 minutes, 45 minutes away from my crib, bro. Like,
so how'd you get out of the situation? What happened?
Bro, it was, like, so...
You didn't... Did you get caught?
No, I didn't. No, I got away, bro.
You gotta let the story play out. You gotta let the story play out.
So I was, like... So we're jumping the fences and shit. And... Basically what happened is I was so faded that after like 10 houses I'm jumping through, like cutting everywhere, I heard they had like dogs. They had dogs and shit. Like I could hear barking from the dogs. I ended up like damn near passing out in this lady's yard, and I'm like literally like laying there face down, just like trying to catch my breath, like just getting ready so I can get up and like figure out what the fuck is gonna happen next. As I'm just like laying there trying to rest up, I see a cop car pull into the lady's front yard, like over the curb, and turn their lights on because they saw me. I was like, bro, there's no way. So as soon as they opened their doors, I just got my ass back up and booked it right into the forest. And I ran for about like 30, 45 minutes in the forest, like no shoes. Shit was scratching me up and shit. And I found this motherfucking construction site, right? And there was like cranes, there was like all the motherfucking equipment and shit. So I hopped in one of the motherfucking crane things. I hopped in there and I just slumped. And I woke up the next morning, I heard beep, 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 and like the shovels and shit. Oh fuck. I hopped out that bitch. I had no shoes on. There was blood on me. My shirt was fucked up.
Oh, they probably thought you were tweaking.
Yeah. I walked up and I was like, bro, I had a rough ass night last night. I got too fucked up, and I can't use their phone to call my aunt. To
Were they just laughing at you?
And they were like, he's like, yeah, bro, here. And he was like, I called my aunt up, who I was living with at the time down there, and she was at work, bro. I was like, I think I'm in like Westlake Hills. I told her what went down. She said, you got yourself into that shit. You gotta get yourself out. Hung up the phone. And I was like, fuck.
Damn.
But I was like, so I found the fucking nearest bus stop, and it said Zoker Park. And I used to go post up at Zoker and like, you know, smoke and drink with the homies and shit. So I knew where that was. So I hopped on the bus and I was just like praying that would take me to the park. And about like an hour and 30 minutes later, we pulled up to the park. I was like, bet. Hopped off the bus. I went there, and sure enough, there was like one or two of my homies there smoking. I was like, bro, y'all would not just believe what the fuck just happened last night. I didn't have no shoes on. I looked like I was. They were like, oh, what? I was like, bro, please take me home, bro. I'll bet, bro, just take me home. I'm like, bro, yeah, get in the car, bro. We got it.
Bro, that's close.
And I was like, bro, yeah, I'm not going out ever again. And I would keep saying that shit. I would keep saying, I was like, never going to party, never going. And the next, probably the next day, I just popped out.
Overdoing it.
It's crazy down there.